What's up, guys? My name is Day, and this is my podcast. And today I'm just going to be talking about like the whole childhood trauma, finding yourself as an adult, spiritual journey, etc., etc., and just, healing, from all the crap that went on in the childhood years. So, I just want to say, like, myself as a 24-year young woman, I'm not going to say year old, but as a 24-year young woman, I just feel like I'm finally, starting to just realize, like to find my happiness and everything, understand what happened in the past, to let things go, and heal and move on because my childhood was a little rough, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, I just feel like at a point I'm just like lost a little bit, figuring out who I am and da da da. So it's like, it's been a journey. Like, it's really been a journey, but it just feels so good to just let things go. Let the hurt go, let the pain go, let the trauma go. It's just a beautiful thing once you reach that point, of like, forgiving toxic parents for being shitty to you, for not raising you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't know. Everybody's situation is different. For me, I just was like, I was raised by my grandmother and my father until he passed when I was 9. And I just salute my grandmother and like grandmothers all around the world that just step in and raise children that they didn't have, that aren't theirs. Because she really did the best that she could. But just like, still, it's just the whole me not having my parents, that kind of fucked me up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it fucked me up. Like, not having my mom in my life, abandonment issues, yikes. So it was like, there's that. And then also, like, when my father died, that was another loss, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I feel like I'm just finally starting to get over that, if that makes sense. Like, and there's no time frame on when you get over things or when you learn to really let go. It's just like, I don't know. I had a couple mental breakdowns, I had to go travel to another state, get my mental together because, I don't know. I didn't really, this might kind of sound ignorant to say, but it's like the whole mental health thing. I felt really, I didn't really understand it until I was facing it myself. Like, I didn't know what the hell was going on. My mental, I just felt drained. I just felt depressed. I was all over the place, being reckless. And I'm just like, I'm so glad I reached a point where I'm like, I'm at peace. Like, that's such a beautiful thing to just say that and really mean it. Like, I'm totally at peace, I forgive. I forgave my mother, She's still not in my life, you know. I forgave her for not raising me, for not being in my life. And I really can say that and actually mean that. And it's like, I'm proud of that, to say that I can do that, because I was just very angry and bitter, and I just was like, I had a lot of anger in my heart, just like geared towards her, well, like my whole situation, and just like, I didn't want to continue having that in my heart, because that's not the type of person that I am, like, to hold on to, like, it is what it is at the end of the day. Like, I just thank her for, like, I'm here, I'm alive, she brought me into this world. She didn't do much more than that, but like, I'm grateful that she brought me into the world, and I forgive her. And it's not for me because I used to wait around like so much for an apology, like apologies, like, and I'm like, damn, it's never gonna come. Like, she's never gonna say sorry, da da da. I'm so sorry. I couldn't be there for you and your brother. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, what am I sitting around here waiting for an apology? I'm like, it's not gonna come. So I'm like, let me just, vent, vent my frustrations, and let me just forgive. And it's just, the forgiveness part is really hard, but when you get to that point, it's a beautiful thing. But I'm just like, let me forgive her. Not for me. I mean, not for her. Not for her, but for me. It's just like, I'm just sitting there, I'm like, damn. Okay. Yeah. Your mom abandoned you. She didn't remember, your birthdays. She wasn't there for you. And I'm like, what am I going to keep holding on to that for? That's not going to change the situation. What am I going to keep holding on to that for? I'm like, I don't even want to hold on to that anymore. So it's just like, that was a process, I would be fine, and I would think about her, and then I would get, angry, and da da da. I would cry all the time. Like, and every time, like, I would just cry a lot. And I'm like, it is what it is, Day. Like, I don't know anyone out there, like, have abandonment issues due to an absent parent or two. And it's just like, when you reach that point of just like, it's really bliss. Like, and I don't think the feeling will ever go away. Like, damn, I'm with my mom. Da da da. I'm with my mom. That's never going to go away. But it's just like, I forgave my mom for abandoning me as a child, for not raising me, for not being in my life really. And it's like, I can say that with confidence. And it's just a beautiful thing to just, I don't know. Like, because this shit went deep. I used to get so jealous when I would see, like, girls with their mom, doing errands. Not super jealous, but it was there. I knew it was jealousy. It's like, I wanted, to do those things. Like, I wanted to, run errands with my mom, go to the nail salon with my mom, do things with my mom, have girl time, have girl talks, etc., have that relationship. And, like, it is what it is, because at the end of the day, she missed out. She missed out on me. Like, and yeah, it is what it is. And for the whole, like, my dad, like, he passed when I was 9, and that really cut me deep. Like, he was like my bestest friend. And even at the age of 9, like, I understood, like, what him never being on this earth again meant. Like, it was one of the worst days of my life. And, I'm also finally, like, releasing the hurt, the trauma, just sitting back and, like, I really let him go, because I just was holding on to him for so long. And it's like, okay, Day, breathe, and then just, let it go. He's not coming back. I have memories with him that I'll cherish for the rest of my life. You gotta let him go. He's here in my heart. He's not here physically. So that took some time for me to just wrap that around my head. Like, oh my God, da, da, da. Because I would just be like, that will also make me cry a lot too. Like, even now as an adult, like, and then now I just think about the good times, like the good memories that I have with my father, and that makes me smile, and I don't cry anymore. And, I love you, Dad. But yeah, I want to talk about that situation too, without having like, what my life was like, not having a father as well in my life. So, I grew up, I was raised by my grandmother, and like I was never worried about boys. So, and my grandma, she never really, sat down and had a lot of talks with me or whatever. So it was just always, don't worry about boys. No boys. Da da da. So I'm like, okay. High school, I was not worried about boys. I was a quiet, shy girl. Da da da. And then I went to college. I still wasn't worried about boys. It was like after I left college, I started, being curious. I'm like, okay, da da da. So I started, being reckless with myself because I feel like, I don't know. I guess it's me and just like no one having a talk with me, sitting me down, and I wish like my father was here to like, tell me with like the perfect man or the right man for me, what a man like, what to look for in a man, what not to settle for, and what to accept and not accept when it comes to a man. And I'm just now realizing that like I'm no longer, lowering my standards, because I used to just, I just would just settle for the barest of minimum when it came to guys, like in the past. Like a guy could just do the barest of minimum and then just be like, oh my god. I guess it's just a whole attention thing. But like now, like in the space that I am now, it's just like, if you're trying to waste my time, if you're not serious, or you don't have good intentions for me, then you're not getting any of my time. Like, you're not getting any of my attention. Like, I'm just all about bettering myself now, And I used to settle for like, it just makes me, like when I think about it, because like, dang, we're not doing that no more, ladies. Like, we're not settling for the barest of minimum. Like, I fell for this one guy, and then it never went anywhere. Like, I'm not gonna say his name, but me and so like, we messed around for 2 years, and I'm like, I thought it was gonna, escalate into something really serious, which it should have, And I thought about having children with this man. I just wanted to be with him. And it was just like, he wasn't for me. It was just like, I was settling just because, like, oh, I was getting the attention. Da da da. And it's like, okay, now what? I'm like, okay. So I opened my eyes, like, for real. And I'm just like, okay, I wasted 2 years. Okay. But it is what it is. Like I said, now, I'm 24 years young, and I know what I want. And at the moment right now, like, I'm single, and I'm not looking for anyone at the specific time in my life. I'm focusing on myself because I'm on my spiritual journey, healing, etc., etc. So it's just like, the longer I go, single, and I love it. Like, it gets a little lonely at times, but I just love it. Like, I love time to myself. The longer I go with time to myself, not focusing on anybody, not dating, not, having intimate relations with anyone, it's just helping me to realize, like, what I accepted in the past is a no, like, today. Like I said, I'm no longer settling for less than what I deserve. And if you're not coming correct, then don't come towards me at all. And that's just that. So it's like, I'm taking this time for myself, and just like, I'm realizing the things that I'm not settling for anymore. I'm realizing my wants and what I like and what I want for myself and for my next relationship, because this is just, I don't know. I just love how I'm just, learning so much about myself. And I'm just, I don't know. You learn something new every day. You really learn something new every day. So it's like, and then I'm getting closer to God. So it's just like, that's also helping me, to just release everything, to forgive, to heal, to focus on self. And just, I don't know, this is just time of self-reflection. Just a time of healing. I don't know. It's just like, and I'm also at this point in my life right now, like, yeah, I say, yeah, I want a relationship. Oh my God, I want a boyfriend, da da da. I want a man, da da da. But I'm like, my man will come to me when the time is right. And like, what I mean by that is like, I'm not looking for anyone at the moment. Just like, I'm trying to reach my full potential, my fullest potential. I want to become the best version of myself. And I want to be healed, I want to be healed from my trauma, like my childhood trauma fully and everything. I want to just, be the best version of myself, physically and everything. So I'm like, and I want to secure bags. Like, I want to secure my money. I'm like, yeah, I'll say, da da da, I want a man, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I want checks. I want money. Like, and I want to become the best version of myself. And when that happens, I know my man will come into my life. And then, like, I actually low-key think I'm not ready for a relationship. Like I said, I want one. But I said, I don't think I'm ready. Like, and I just want to be ready when the time comes. Like, and, like, yeah. But, I'm just going to end that here for right now. So, yeah. So that was a nice little chat. I actually felt good to get that out of my chest. And stay tuned for the next podcast.